y'all, this is Nan Disney and welcome to my kitchen. And today we're going to be making lasagna. So come on into my kitchen and let's get started. We'll start by cooking the noodles and we'll place them in boiling salted water and we'll cook them according to package directions. Stir them around just a bit so they don't stick together. Drain your pasta. We'll rinse it with cold water to stop the cooking process. Now what I do is lay the lasagna noodles on a cookie sheet. And then I'll put a piece of parchment paper over top of these and keep stacking them. And that way they don't get stuck together. And see how nice and flat they stay that way? And we'll set them aside and we'll start making the meat sauce. In my skillet, I have 1.5 pounds of ground chuck and 1 pound of Italian sausage. And to that, I'll add 1 medium diced onion, 1/4 cup each of red and green bell pepper, and 2 tablespoons of garlic. And we'll cook that until the meat is brown and the vegetables are tender. The meat is brown, and now we'll drain it and add the rest of the ingredients. And the seasonings you'll need is 1 teaspoon of all of these. Italian seasoning, garlic salt, tiger seasoning, oregano, basil, onion powder, and then salt and pepper to taste. Now we'll make the cheese mixture. In my bowl I have 1 egg, 1 cup of ricotta cheese, 8 ounces of cream cheese, 1/2 cup of Parmesan cheese, 1 tablespoon of parsley, and a little salt and pepper, and we'll mix that together. And now the cheese mixture is well combined. I'm going to add in 1 can of petite diced tomatoes, and I've drained most of the juice off. And 1 jar of Rayo's roasted garlic spaghetti sauce, and we'll mix that all together. Now I'll stir in 1 can of crushed tomatoes. We'll add in 1 can of tomato soup. Now I'll stir in some parsley flakes, and I'll cut this down to simmer, and we'll let it simmer about 20 minutes. And now the meat sauce is ready, and we'll start assembling. We'll put a thin layer of the meat sauce on the bottom of the pan so that the noodles don't burn. And now I've laid down lasagna noodles, and now we'll spread that with the cheese mixture. And I added a thin layer of the cheese mixture. And next I added a meat layer. And next I added a layer of mozzarella cheese. And the next layer is pepperoni. I cut it in 4s. Now I'll repeat these layerings 2 more times, but this is the only time I will add the pepperoni. And now it's ready for the oven. And I added Colby Jack cheese to the top, and I wound up with 4 layers instead of 3. I'll cover this with foil and place it in a 350-degree oven for 40 minutes. Then I'll uncover it and bake it another 10 to 15 minutes until the cheese gets good and brown. And there you have it. Lasagna my way with just a little southern twist. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I hope you'll give it a try. And as always, my kitchen, my rules. Y'all be blessed.